Hey, what's up, YouTubers? Just want to do a quick little video on getting sick in a foreign country, getting sick in Guatemala in particular. Sometimes people ask me like about healthcare costs and what things cost. In my case, I was pretty sick. I've never been that sick before, and normally when I get sick, I don't really go to the hospital or the clinic and get medicine. And in my case, I don't have insurance down here, so I just went to the clinic, and I went to one of the nicer clinics, which is a little bit more expensive. And going to the clinic, the cost for the clinic is about 130 Q, and then the doctor I think was 350. Yeah, I spent like 514 Q for the doctor and the clinic. I'm not sure what that comes out for the doctor, but over 350 Q. It's kind of on the high side, generally speaking. To see the doctor and get some medicine costs a couple hundred Q. In my case, I got the prescription and I took it to the one of the main prescription drug places, and I didn't shop around, so I think I got overcharged, but I may not have. I got kind of original medicine as opposed to Chinese medicines. This is just like kind of like living in the Philippines. You know, you pay extra for the top brand name drugs, whereas if you get the ones from China, which could be fake, you're going to pay a lot less. In my case, I didn't shop around, so I think I paid a little bit too much. But in all, the experience was pretty pleasant. It was a little bit on the high side, and now I have a better idea of what clinics to go to. You don't necessarily need to go to the most expensive clinics here. And I'm in Xela, Guatemala, but as it happens, that's where I was kind of steered towards, so that's what I did. The whole process is pretty unpleasant, and it's like other people told me, even though there's not much of a waiting line or a waiting area with too many people in it, they let me in right away. I saw a doctor within 20, 30 minutes. And then I just went down to the pharmacy, got my medicine, and I should have shopped around, but I didn't, so I think I paid a little bit too much. If you're down here in Guatemala, if you go to Walmart, or if you go to the Walmart-owned chains like El País, they have pharmacies there, and I think you can get a better price there, so you might want to shop there. Okay, a few more words. Sometimes people ask me, can you get a health insurance here? Yes, you can. The banks, what they do here is, if you have a bank account here, not all, but most of the banks here have their own insurance plan that they offer their clients or their customers. So if you're looking for insurance, like this is basically like an HMO. If you're looking for insurance at the lower end, you pay about 35 bucks a month. It used to be 50. Now, like, you pay about 35 bucks a month. And the way it works is you go down and you sign up, you fill out all the forms. And generally speaking, you got to have your 35. They take the $35 out of your bank. You don't write a check or anything. So what I would do if I did that is I would pay in the equivalent, at least 35 bucks per month. Add that up by 12 months, and make sure you have that much in there. That way, as long as you always have that deducted from your bank account, you'll be good. They'll give you a little card. You just go in there, and that takes off actually quite a bit. It works really, really nice. And then that's at the low end. If you want more of the Cadillac plan, I suggest you talk to your lawyer, and he'll set you up with an insurance agent. And for like $100, $150, if you have like a family plan, that would be a family plan for like 150 bucks. You will get kind of the high end plan, which would be better if you ever came down with cancer or had heart surgery. But even the low end plans can deal with that, just not as well. It doesn't pay as much. And when I said $35, that's for a single person. And what's cool about some of these plans is there's no you don't have to go in and get qualified or anything. There's no pre-existing. Well, wait a minute. There is a few pre-existing conditions for 6 months, but you don't have to qualify anything. And unlike the U.S. or in some parts of Europe, you can get insurance even if you're over 65 or 70. I think some policies go up to about 70. Then you're not insurable. So if you're 40, 50, 60s, it's real easy to get insured down here. And if you have some, issue in the States, keep that under the vest. Just buy insurance, and then, they can diagnose you with it, and then you may or may not have to wait the 6 months. It just depends. But insurance down here really covers a lot, and because so few people have insurance, it's not like in the U.S. where they're going to deny you your claims a lot. And if you're a gringo, they really like to work with gringos, and you'll really get really good treatment and healthcare options if you decide to go down that route. And the only thing you need to qualify is to have a bank account at the big major banks. I'm not saying the littler banks don't have these too, but the bigger banks do. And if you need any help with that, all I would suggest is take someone down to the bank if you have a bank account there, and have them help you fill out the forms there and ask the bank, or have your lawyer help you with it. But typically, your lawyer can point you in, the policy, and take you down to the bank and help you fill out the forms and all that, and file them and all that. The only other thing is it's harder for at least an American to open an account down here. So you may not really need a lawyer to open a bank account down here. But if you want to open a bank account at the major banks like BI Bank or the Colombian Bank, which is, I think, the one with the lion on it, I can't think of the name, BAM, I think. You may not need a lawyer for BAM, but for BI you will. And for BAM, it's easier if you have a lawyer. Anyways, that's it. That's how you get cheap insurance down here. Thanks. Like, share, subscribe. Tell me what you think.